Welcome again to Quick Flicks. Folks, today we are going to break down a Polish movie. This movie is an award-winning film from the Polish Film Festival. It beautifully highlights the relationship between a mother and her son. We will see how a child struggles to cope with his surroundings due to his mother's eccentric behavior in this film. In a small village in Poland, a mother and her son, Patrick, live together. The village has a very small population, but it is a popular tourist spot. Patrick's father works far away, so the mother and son always have to live here alone. Since Patrick has lived here from the beginning, he always feels lonely. For Patrick, his world revolves entirely around his mother. He plays with her, goes cycling with her, swims with her, visits the lake, and plays games with her. He has no other friends. His entire world is just his mother. Every day, he even races against the train passing through the village with his mother, which has become a part of their daily routine. Patrick's entire world seems to revolve around his mother. Patrick and his mother share a bond like any child has with their mother, filled with love and affection. There was no place for anyone else in this relationship. However, Patrick's life takes a turn when people from nearby towns start coming to the village for summer vacations, bringing their children along to enjoy the holiday season. Patrick never got close to anyone because he had always been alone. He found it difficult to make friends. However, he starts noticing that his mother now leaves the house every night. At first, Patrick does not react to this. His mother receives a call every evening, after which she leaves, leaving Patrick alone at home. Patrick waits for her for hours. Sometimes she does not return all night, and sometimes she returns late at night. She spends a little time with Patrick, but then makes an excuse, saying, "Tomorrow, I will spend the whole day with you," and leaves him alone again. Gradually, Patrick starts suffering from anxiety and depression due to his loneliness. He struggles to cope with his isolation because he has no friends. The next day, Patrick notices a new girl in the neighborhood who seems to be staying here for her summer vacation. He tries to befriend her, but like a typical teenager, she does not respond to him. The following evening, when his mother is about to leave again, Patrick feels hurt and out of frustration spills a glass of juice on her dress. This makes his mother furious and she scolds him harshly. She fails to understand how lonely and abandoned Patrick feels inside, but it seems like she doesn't care. She quickly changes her dress and leaves again to meet her boyfriend. Patrick follows his mother and watches where she goes. After some time, he discovers that she regularly meets the same boyfriend. On the way, Patrick sees a baby deer wandering alone on the road. This serves as a metaphor used by the director. Just as the baby deer has been left alone by its mother and is wandering in the vast, empty wilderness, Patrick too is left alone in the village, spending his summer vacation in solitude. Seeing the baby deer gives Patrick a strange sense of comfort, and the next day, he gathers the courage to make new friends. He starts talking to the girl, Micah, who recently moved into the neighborhood. After a while, they become friends. Micah reveals that her parents are divorced, and she also feels lonely. Patrick and Micah's friendship grows deeper. Now, Patrick starts doing all the activities he used to do with his mother, cycling, swimming, and spending time by the lake with Micah instead. He begins to enjoy her company, and slowly, his loneliness and anxiety start fading away. He shares his pain with Micah, and now he misses his mother less and less. The next day, a woman comes to Patrick's house, the wife of the man with whom Patrick's mom is having an affair. She cannot say anything to Patrick, and since his mother is not home, she just sits alone and cries. Patrick, behaving kindly, offers her something to eat. That evening, Patrick's dad calls. Both Patrick and his mother talk to him. Then, his mother tells him, "You will not tell your dad about my affair." She warns him and makes him swear, "You will not tell your dad about my affair." Patrick promises, "I won't tell my dad about your affair." He thinks that by keeping this promise, his mother will spend more time with him, but she doesn't seem to care at all. Patrick becomes so distressed that he starts hiding the main door keys. He tries to stop his mom from leaving, but she hits him, fights with him, and still goes out to meet her boyfriend. No matter how lonely or upset Patrick feels, his mother remains unaffected. The only support left in Patrick's life is his new friend, Micah. He spends a lot of time with her, swims in the picnic spot lake, and plays games there. But his happiness does not last long because a much older boy starts harassing Micah. She seems scared of him. Patrick is too young to protect Micah from this gang, but it deeply upsets him. The older boy threatens Micah, "You will not meet this boy. You will only meet me." That night, while following his mother. Patrick sees Micah and the older boy spending a lot of time together. This makes him realize that his life is about to return to loneliness. He becomes very depressed. When his mom returns home that night, Patrick asks for her time, but she's too tired and goes straight to sleep. For Patrick, even her presence at home has become meaningless because he still feels alone. The next morning, Patrick meets Micah. He asks her, "Did that boy force you into anything?" Micah looks terrified and runs home without answering. Patrick follows her and asks, "What happened? Please tell me." But Micah just starts crying. Patrick assumes something terrible happened to her. He rushes to the group of boys and attacks the older boy. But how can a young child fight back? The older boy throws Patrick to the ground and he is powerless. Later, Micah returns to Patrick and tries to explain, "We can still be good friends. Why are you so hurt?" But Patrick is already broken inside. He refuses to talk to Micah. Feeling betrayed, Patrick loses control of his emotions. He lashes out at Micah, saying hurtful things. Micah, now hurt herself, leaves. Patrick has no idea what to do. He is just a child, struggling to deal with everything. His mother never supports or guides him. With no parental guidance, he acts on impulse. A volcano of unspoken emotions rages inside him, making him completely frustrated. That night, Patrick's mother comes home crying. It seems like she had a fight with her boyfriend, or perhaps even broke up with him. She remains sad for several days, but Patrick is overjoyed to have his mother with him. He takes great care of her. One night, out of the blue, his father returns home, bringing lots of gifts for both of them. Patrick feels like his summer vacation is about to become wonderful because his father had promised to spend it with him. Now, as a happy family, they start spending quality time together. Patrick is delighted to see his mom and dad together. His loneliness begins to fade and his anxiety starts to diminish. One night, while playing with Patrick, his father asks him, "Did your mom meet anyone after I left? Did she come home late at night?" However, Patrick had promised his mother that he would never reveal her secret, so he doesn't tell his dad anything about the affair. But his father begins to have doubts as Patrick's mother's behavior has changed significantly. Around the same time, Micah comes to Patrick's house and asks to talk to him. At her request, Patrick goes cycling with her. After swimming in the lake, Micah tells him that her summer vacation is coming to an end and she will be leaving soon. She feels terrible about hurting Patrick, but there's nothing either of them can do. If summer vacation is over, Micah has to return home. When Patrick reaches home, he sees the same woman who had visited their house a few days ago walking down the stairs. Inside, he finds his father sitting in the bathroom crying. Patrick immediately understands that the woman has told his father about his mother's affair because she was the wife of the very man Patrick's mother was involved with. Heartbroken, Patrick's father decides that he will not stay there any longer and will return to his job. Perhaps he will never come back. Patrick's mother tries to convince him to stay, but when the foundation of a relationship is shaken, when trust is completely broken, stopping someone becomes almost impossible. His father leaves. Summer vacation ends. Now, Patrick has to go back to school. His mother gets him ready and walks him to school. They walk together on the street, but neither of them speaks a word. Patrick is furious with his mother because she is the reason his father left him. Her selfishness kept him from bonding with anyone. He was mentally so blocked that he couldn't even talk to other kids, nor did he receive any love from his mother. As they approach a railway crossing, Patrick's mother walks ahead while Patrick lags behind. This is a metaphor from the director. When you move forward in life, you sometimes leave your children behind. And just like an emotional outburst, an unexpected train can arrive at any moment, crushing dreams and relationships, leaving no time to react. Patrick's mother turns around and sees that Patrick has been left behind. She looks at the approaching train and panics, bursting into tears, wondering what will happen to her child. In that very moment, she realizes who is truly the most important in her life. Is it the man she used to meet every day? Or is it her husband and son who always stood by her side? She cries a lot, and it dawns on her that perhaps she needs to change the track of her life. And with that, the movie comes to an end. If you like the explanation of the movie, please like the video and subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.